Welcome once again, friendly viewers, to a Naruto review of 579. A pretty confusing chapter, I must say. Mixed feelings about it. It was good though. It placed first on the Shonen Jump rankings, above One Piece, or obviously above One Piece. It placed first, just above, above One Piece and Bleach, which I've heard. I haven't read Bleach yet, but I've heard like it's a really good chapter. So it's a bit weird. I wanted to start off by sort of focusing on Orochimaru, because Orochimaru is like, he's actually a really good villain. Like he's already dead. He's gone. He's probably not going to come back because apparently Kabuto has surpassed him. Which obviously I'll talk about later. But he is a good villain because even after his death, he still has an impact on the story, and he still has left like some form of legacy or some form of like effect on other people's lives that cause problems. Like similar to like, well, not well, I don't know yet, but hopefully similar to how Aizen in Bleach, he's been locked away, but I feel like he still will have like a massive impact on the rest of Bleach. So I think Orochimaru is sort of underrated. A lot of people don't like him or think that he was a weak character, so he got killed off. But this is obviously all of like Kishimoto's like really thought this out. I don't think he hasn't thought this out, and people say stuff like, oh, he doesn't even know who Toby is. I bet he doesn't even know how to end it. Trust me, he knows how he's going to end it, so yeah, I just wanted to focus, say a bit about Orochimaru. Moving on from Orochimaru's legacy, Kabuto's like one sick reptile thing. He's nasty, man. When he puts up his hood, he looks more like a frog, though. He's like sort of like crouching like that, and he's got like the whole thing over. I'm not sure that's what he was looking for. He probably didn't want to look like a frog. He needs to go and find a better stylist. But I didn't realise that his name was Dr. Snakes. Since when did that happen? I think maybe Itachi was trying to make a joke, but his face wasn't very comical. It wasn't like, I think it was more like sarcastic or something, like Dr. Snakes. But then the translation must have been wrong, because then Kabuto replies, becoming Dr. Snakes won't allow you to defeat me. But what? It doesn't, because he just got called Dr. Snakes himself, so yeah, that confused me. Also, what confused me was that they're like sort of fighting, and it's obvious that Kabuto has the locational advantage, because it's a cave, and that's obviously where snakes live. But yeah, anyways, it's his his territory, his turf, and so he knows it, but he says it's not a trap. But surely that is a trap, because they're now the Uchiha brothers are now fighting on Kabuto's terms in his own environment, which is kind of like, he brought them to him. He lured them in. Now they're in his like domain. It's a trap. They're not going to be able to get out like very easily, and then it's, I didn't get that. But holy shit! I mean, whoa, to Susanoo. I mean, that just looked so sick. That part, like that page, I was like, it blew my mind. Like it really, I was really, really cool. And I think Itachi Susanoo has dreadlocks, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't really like Sasuke Susanoo. It doesn't look as cool as Itachi's. That's because I like Itachi more. But that was really cool. And they're like sort of catching snakes and slicing them up, and it's all like, whoa. Also, weirdly enough, we get another panel of Anko. I think 3 chapters in a row we've had at least one panel seeing her on the ground doing exactly the same thing. I think that is because, well, I'm going to talk about it later in my sort of prediction section at the end of the video, but it seems like Kishimoto's trying to tell us that she's still alive, and that we shouldn't forget that she's actually there. I couldn't help myself. It was, I know it's immature, but Itachi shouts, "Don't be too rough, Sasuke." Yeah, I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, basically throughout the chapter, it's actually shouting at, or telling Sasuke to like calm down, or we don't want to kill Kabuto, whereas Sasuke's trying to like do a lot of damage to Kabuto, whereas Itachi's quite docile. He's quite defensive, really. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Also, throughout the chapter, I felt that the dialogue was kind of awkward. Again, it might have been the translation, which it probably was, especially with like the Dr. Snake saying, I have no idea what that was. But it did seem pretty awkward. Like Sasuke was attacking it, like the hood that Kabuto was wearing, you know, the cloak. And as he was attacking it, he had his hand, the Susanoo hand, on the cloak, and then he kind of asked, "Oh, he's in the hood, right?" I mean, like, it doesn't sound like a big thing, but like during a fight, as you're attacking it, you're like, "Oh, he's in the hood, right?" And it's like, it's a bit weird. And also, like, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, you're not going to go and randomly attack the wall over there because you think that Kabuto may not be in the cloak. I mean, if you saw him in the cloak, that you're going to go and attack where he was. I mean, that kind of, yeah, that was a bit weird. Also, we find out that the power that he got that's similar to Jugo is actually from the white snake in Ryuchudo or something, which is like, you know, the same place as Myakubu no Samasan. It's basically where the snake sage is, and he learns how to become a snake sage, and the similar, like, the ability to control like force of nature is similar to the Jugo clan, which is what, you know, Jugo can sort of do, and he can talk to birdies and stuff, and basically Kabuto's done that, as well as he can turn himself into liquid, which is like Sujetsu, and he's got really good recovery powers, which I think he already had. But he's got that from the Uzumaki clan, which is a bit confusing for me, because I was thinking more along the lines of like the more like Senju clan, like, you know, Hashirama, like he was able to do like regeneration techniques, and so is Tsunade, and but like apparently Uzumaki are, I don't know, I'm confused. Was I the only one who thought like the Snake Lord thing was like, looked like a total diva? I mean, it had like really long hair, some like pretty turban, it's on its throne, it's like a proper diva. So continuing with the fighting, Sasuke throws an arrow shoots an arrow at Kabuto, and Kabuto sort of goes woo, and he moves out the way, and Sasuke is like, oh, he dodged my arrow. And I thought it was hilarious. There's all these snakes sort of just dodging, and then out the mouth of one snake is one arm just going like this, and then just going. Kabuto's just like. Though the translation, once again, like, fuck that up. Like the SFX was translated into turns. It's like turns. It's like the finger's not speaking. The finger's not saying turning. I'm turning. Shouldn't it be like swish or whip or I don't know, but it's not turns. Kabuto's disgusting. He crawls out of the mouth and he looks nasty. He looks like some perverted, nasty man. But he doesn't have his hood on, so I'm guessing his sage mode means that he can't get genjutsufied, because I mean, he made the effort of, you know, using his cloak so he wouldn't be put under genjutsu, or the genjutsu wouldn't have an effect on him. But he crawls out the mouth, and he obviously dropped his hoodie back like a few pages ago. So I don't really get that. So yeah, he says that he turned into a dragon. He didn't really look like a dragon to me. He has some horns, and, you know, it's more like a lizard. Yeah, he's more like a lizard. He's not like a snake or a dragon. It's more like a lizard. I mean, he doesn't have any wings. But his jutsu, he comes out and he's like doing some sort of thing. And I'm genuinely half expecting him to do Fusroda. Like, I could just see he's go. So that would be interesting. Also, seeing as like Jiraiya turns sort of half froggy in his sage mode, or Kabuto has gone sort of snakish mode in his sage mode, do you think Tsunade is going to go into sage mode against Madara, Madara? Because I don't understand why. I mean, she's got, like, you know, she obviously has a connection with the slugs, So I don't understand why she wouldn't go into Sage Mode, unless it's just really fucking ugly, because Tsunade turning into like half slug. Ugh. So now time for the predictions. So please, yeah, leave your comments below, because that's kind of why I do the videos. I want to talk to people and their views and stuff, and sort of, I make the videos because I want other people to hear my view, so I don't have to comment on every single video. Yeah, I think Anko is going to have a significance if next chapter continues with Sasuke Itachi, which it could easily not be. It could easily go back to Tsunade v, well, the Kages v Madara. So I hope it sticks with Sasuke and Itachi, and if so, I think Anko is going to have some sort of like hint or like idea of how to maybe defeat Kabuto. Also, we have to remember that Sujetsu is out there with a scroll of some form. It could be Kabuto's weakness, which could be Orochimaru's portfolio of all his sort of snaky, nasty photos. I don't want to think of that. I don't know, but Sujetsu may have something like that scroll. He said it could change the thing, so it may be a scroll. It may be a jutsu, or Orochimaru's jutsu on how to like overcome the Edo Tensei, or like control the Edo Tensei yourself or something. I don't know. But yeah, so it's my predictions at least. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope my video wasn't too long. I guess you probably didn't watch all of it. If you did, I'm proud of you. You made it through. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if you like my videos and subscribe. Check out my artwork as well, and keep an eye out for my Bleach review that should be coming up momentarily, I guess. Yeah, catch you next week.